Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to another episode on my channel. My name is Nora, and today we are going to talk about dark entities and how to protect yourself from them. Okay, the purpose of this channel is to educate and assist others on the Ascension path. So, a quick disclaimer here that I don't entertain the dark side. I am a lighthouse, not a dungeon. So, this video is for educational purposes only because knowledge is power. And quickly also, I wanted to say that I currently have an ongoing offer for Meet Your Spirit Animals team, which is a channeled session. So if you're interested, please check out the link below this video. Okay. So for the purpose of this video, we are first going to set up the sacred space so you know how to do it on your own as well. And I hope you like my very on-brand t-shirt. All right, so get into receiving mode. You're welcome to use any crystals that are high vibrational, like selenite or clear quartz, but you don't really have to. It's just if you're into crystals, then you might as well use them. Okay, so tilt your head back slightly and relax into your seat. Keep your spine straight and your feet flat on the ground. Let's breathe in and breathe out. Two more times. Breathe in and breathe out. Last time. Breathe in and breathe out. I am now going to call into your space to your left side, Archangel Michael. Please come in. You might feel a slight pressure on your left side. Archangel Michael is the archangel of protection. He's the ultimate warrior, and he's got blue energy. Then to your right, I'm going to call in Archangel Raphael. Please come in. Archangel Raphael is a master healer, and he is working with green light. And his energy is more sort of flowy, I would say. And then in front of you, I'm going to call in Archangel Haniel. Please come in. Archangel Haniel is the angel of unconditional love, and she works with pink light. And behind you, I am going to call your highest self. Okay. Archangels, please protect me and everybody watching this video with ribbons of blue, green, and pink light. And now, God Source, where you are at the edge of the universe, open your doorway of light and let that light pour down through the stars, through the cosmos, through the Earth's atmosphere, through the sky, through the ceiling of your room, and through your crown chakra. And then throughout your entire body until you're glowing. And let's also wrap this light around the crystal heart of Gaia. And so, God Source, please anchor us in divine light so that all the messages that come through are for our highest good. And Gaia also anchor us in earth. And may we be divinely protected throughout this session. All right, so this is how you set up a sacred space, which can be used for astral travel, can be used before going to bed, can be used for any situation, any spiritual work you're doing before you leave the house. Literally, whatever. The angels are always there, happy to assist you, and so is God Source. Right. So the number one thing when it comes to dark entities is to remember that you are a fucking powerhouse and nothing can hurt you unless you let them. Because we have a free will in this universe and we are made of light. So do not be afraid. I'm going to add the map of frequency to this video so you can see whenever I'm talking about the different frequencies and how they are related to this map. So, number one category, psychic attacks and astral parasites. Like in 3D, we also have astral parasites, and they can attach themselves to you when your frequency is lower than 200. They can most frequently be found in public places, think low vibe concerts or airports or crowded places, and also places with a lot of gossip and hateful energy, as well as people's homes, including your own home, very likely. And as well as when you are astral traveling, for example, and you don't set up sacred space. Right. Next, we have dark entities who are intentionally manipulative. So, for example, there was this time I was at my mother's house and my mom was having a fight with somebody, and I saw this little black energetic ball swoosh past me right into the room where they were fighting, amplifying their fight and then feeding off it. So, dark entities are earthbound souls who haven't crossed over to the light to receive healing on their soul. The reason why some souls do not cross over is there could be several reasons. Either they are scared of going to hell or something because of some religious programming that they have created in their minds, because that's not going to happen. Or they died violently, or they don't understand that they are died and they're confused, or they are grieving somebody. And the longer they spend time not crossing over, the lower and lower and lower they dip. And in the end, they need to start feeding on low frequencies. And so they can dip your energy, they can give you nightmares, they can amplify fights, they can trigger fights between you and your family members, your partner. And they also feed on anxiety and depression. To them, it's like dessert, you know. And of course, they will hide, so you won't know that they are there unless you know what to look out for. And if you do discover any attachments, then the best thing you can do is shine a light on them because they absolutely hate that, and expose them. Don't be afraid to look. That is the main thing. Don't be afraid to look. And of course, there are different levels to dark entities, one of the lowest them being demonic attachments. Then next we have dark hauntings, which manifest in a way that you feel like you're being watched, or you feel dizzy or nauseous all of a sudden as you walk around in a place or in your house. That means you're probably very close to one. And then also they can send negative thoughts to your mind, and creepy thoughts, scary thoughts. They can, if you're clairaudient, you might hear them. You might hear scary noises. They can cause visions of gruesome scenarios, worst case scenarios, nightmares. Also, they can shake your bed. When I was younger, I felt a couple of times like somebody was pulling me out of the bed. Creepy. And they want you to feel fear because they feed on it and they have absolutely no boundaries. And that is why energetic hygiene is very important, because it is not healthy. And every night when we sleep, then our soul leaves the body and travels astrally. So, why do sleep paralysis happen? That is because you have woken up, but your consciousness, your soul, hasn't come back to the soul, to your body yet. So if you wake up, you realize you're in a sleep paralysis, but there isn't a being sitting on top of you or staring at you or paralyzing you, then usually there's nothing to worry about. And also, since I mentioned nightmares in the last video, and I honestly consider myself a bit of a pro at this point in terms of nightmares, because I've just had so many in my life. Um, then what you can do is set up a sacred space before bed and ask Archangel Michael to stay with you throughout the night, both with your physical body and astrally. He can be at many places at the same time. Or if you have any super protective guides, and I assure you you do, then you can also use their help. And little story here. My first pet was a black cat, and we were soulmates. We still are. And now he passed away when I was 12. Now he is part of my spirit animals team. So our 3D pets can actually end up on our spirit teams. And sometimes when I'm getting bullied astrally in the dream realms and astrally, then he will come and bite me a little bit, not hard, but hard enough so that I wake up from the dream. And also, when you are experiencing a bad dream, you can always call in Archangel Michael. He will come instantly and everything will go white, or he'll come and grab you and you'll fly away from there, or whatever he will do. He will know what to do. And if you're worried that you're not gonna be able to call in help as you're sleeping, then you will be. Now that you have this knowledge, you will be able to. And if you want to practice this more, then just meditate, practice meditation and lucid dreaming. This way you have more control over what is happening as well. Then, what are some of the signs of having an attachment? For example, a person might feel drained, nauseous, dizzy, um, helpless, like there's like nothing matters anymore. Or another person might feel very triggered, like their ego gets triggered very easily. They might be in a complete victim mindset, blaming everybody for their problems, also addicted to drama, super jealous, judgmental, gossipy. Yeah, that is referring to somebody that might have an attachment. And then, of course, if you feel fear out of nowhere and you get like creepy visions, flashes of visions, and just feel like you're being watched and sort of creepy, you get a creepy feeling, then it is likely that there is an entity nearby. And an example of a demonic entity, which, by the way, are not common, can be when, for example, somebody has a really bad addiction problem, and then they have this attachment, and that being is feeding constant negative thoughts to them and sort of pro addiction thoughts, keeping them in the loop. And you can kind of tell when you are talking to this person and they suddenly just like switch and start acting like not themselves, like out of character. Then it could be that they have an attachment. But of course, there are different levels of attachments, like I already said. And then, a cool thing to know is, when you think about Earth as a school and how it's pretty hardcore out here, and the souls that wake up are master souls against all odds, considering our 3D reality, then there are also very advanced souls who reincarnate directly into lower realms, which is crazy. But they do. And then their challenge is to wake up in those realms. And where can we pick up these energies from? So number one is in entertainment. For example, horror movies, true crime, anything low vibe, essentially. And then, of course, low vibe music, especially if you are singing yourself some very low, message into your existence. You're chanting essentially. That can affect your reality as well. It's actually very powerful to sing your manifestations. And then substances and also living in constant fear, anxiety, worry, depression. And also, trauma is lower energy. And while trauma isn't your fault, it is your responsibility to get over it. Yeah. And also, when you start doing spiritual work, and especially if you step into service, then it can happen that the side, so to say, comes like, hey, we got cookies, comes to initiate because they want to stop what you're doing and they want to stop you from expanding and spreading your light. So, psychic attacks during that period are more common than you would think. But, if something like this happens, then use it as encouragement and determination that you're doing the right thing and you're on the right path. So, how can you actually clear and protect your space? You can use like Palo Santo or sage, and also simply wash the entire floor of your house or all the rooms with white light, or you can send it out of your hands, your palm chakras, or your body, whatever feels more intuitive to you, because spiritual work is all very intuitive, so simply trust what comes through for you. And then you can use the help of Archangel Michael as you do that, of course. He is very useful for jobs like that. And also remember to claim your space. You can only claim spaces where you live, and in the end, also open a window to let out all of that stagnant energy, and make sure to pay attention to the corners of the rooms where there's a lot of things, maybe, or yeah, because the stagnant energy just accumulates there and it needs to be cleared out. And then also you can play like high vibrational music as you're doing all of that. Whatever feels good, do that. And then as for yourself, I recommend connecting to God Source on a daily basis, or at least once a week. The more the better, the stronger your own protection is. And also use angels and ask to be anchored in God Source light, and surround yourself with angels or also with your protective guides. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot to mention a pro tip, which is if you are going somewhere astrally or before bed, you can always ask Archangel Michael to extend his invisibility cloak to you. And this way, when you are doing some work in the lower realms, you will be invisible, and ask him to cloak you and your silver cord as well, so that nothing follows you back to your body. So yeah, this sums up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. This video was actually created based on someone's request. So if there are any topics you would like me to talk about, do let me know below in the comments, or you can also message me on Instagram, either way. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and please do like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.